Hiya there all, welcome to my new YouTube channel. Today I'd like to share with you a video game that I've liked for quite a while. It's called Stardew Valley. What this is, if you like anything to do with farm simulation or RPGs, anything like that, it could be one for you. So here goes, we start it up. And I'm going to make a brand new one. This is the introduction, as you can see. Now this game was actually made by one person, and apparently it took him a couple of years, but it's absolutely fantastic. I love the pixel art, I like the design of the game. So I would go into load, but that contains files we've already seen, and because this is a playthrough, we want to start at the very beginning, so select new. Now you get to customise your character straight away, so farm name, YouTube farm, favourite thing, I like cats, so there we go. And on this panel here you can see we've got various different farms we can choose from. I'll do the playthrough with the standard, but there are other ones available, and it gives a brief description on the right hand side of each one. Some of them look pretty interesting. That one would be a little bit more difficult because of the monsters at night, and that one there a little bit because sprinkler's not working, which you don't really want because you'll find out in the game sprinklers are kind of essential, in my opinion they are, but hey, let's get going. I just didn't want to talk during that introduction because I don't want my voice over absolutely everything. But it's a nice introduction. Bit of background for you. That's your house. Through this game you'll be seeing quite a lot of Robin, because you'll need her to build different farm buildings to upgrade your house and so on. So it's worth befriending Robin. This is the first crop you get, and this is your journal. That'll tell you about getting started, and you can greet the people if you want to. Now it's too early at the moment to go and get even more seeds, because the shop doesn't actually open until 9 AM. So what I will do, just for starters, is get some of this rubbish cleared here so I can make a couple of plots for me parsnip seeds. It takes quite a while at the start of the game to actually cut down a tree, which might appear to be a bit annoying, but don't worry about that too much, because as you get through the game and you start doing a little bit of mining as well, you will actually get the opportunity to upgrade these, so they'll be more efficient. It's just one of them things where at the start you obviously start out with the lower tier tools. So just get rid of this. Clear a few rocks. That'll be enough. We'll make another plot here. Oh, just to let you know, if you do hit on the wrong space, you can do that. So the first order of business is you have to plant the seeds, first of all. And then we have to water them. Now, because you only start out with 500 gold, the best strategy really would be to buy some more parsnip seeds. They are the cheapest in the shop during the spring. just get this part finished up. And your energy, you have to watch that, because if you do go down to like no energy, you won't be able to do any more and you move at a snail's pace, which wouldn't recommend. However, when you're foraging, like I just did to get that daffodil, you can actually find some useful things to eat. Oh, and when you see these, do that. Sometimes it'll be a library book, sometimes it'll be an artifact. When it's an artifact, you can take it to the museum and donate it. You do get rewards for doing that. So first things first, let's get these parsnip seeds on the go. Here's the shop guy. And I'll just stick these here on my second plot of land. Oh, missed that one. It's a bit confused then. Strangely enough, you're not using any energy when you use your scythe, although when you use anything else you are using energy. You will be using this fibre to make a scarecrow at some point. The earlier the better. Otherwise you'll get the crows pecking at your crops. I don't think we have that recipe now. Not yet anyway, I'll just go and see. So in order to get to that, you press escape. Click on crafting. No. I need 50 pieces of wood though for a chest. Doing this because I don't think I have enough energy really to knock down another tree at this point. It's the only part of the game that is a bit sucky at the very start, but I tell you what, it is fantastic, and the more you get into it and the better the tools you get, the less grindy it becomes, thankfully. Right, 44. 5 more. This is absolutely one of my favourite games. 1, 2. So it gives you a warning there that you're starting to get exhausted. Right, I now have the 50 pieces of wood. That uses energy too. Almost forgot to warn you about that. Because you haven't got much inventory space at the moment, you've only got this top bar. A bit later on, you will end up with more spaces. You can actually buy those from the shop where we went to get the parsnips, but can't afford at the moment. So, one thing you do is you put that down there, and anything like this you save. That daffodil there, it's a foraging item, you can put that in there. Now there's some forageables are edible. If you find one that is, and you want a bit of extra energy on that day, then you would eat that and it would give you that extra energy. Alternatively, you just put it in the box and you sell it. Like for instance this leek, I could sell that. And this route here is the shortcut to Robin's actually. This is Robin's house down here. That's her husband, Demetrius. We don't need to speak to him yet. That's Linus, he's the homeless guy who lives in a tent. Every now and then just drop him some food or whatever, keeps him happy. And when you do go mining, you would have to go there. At the moment though, somebody's actually moving that boulder, so it's not available at this point yet. Now, because we've got so little money, I would actually sell this as opposed to eating it, because there's one thing you need, at the start of a game, that's money. I might do a little more foraging first. I will show you something else actually. So we head this way into town. Just to show you where everything is. If you do faint in the caves because you've run out of energy, or it's after like 2 a.m. I believe, if I remember rightly, then you'll wake up in this hospital and get charged 1,000. Like I said, in here, that was where you buy your seeds, but this counter here is where you buy your backpack. The first one will cost you 2,000 gold, and the second one I believe is 10,000 if I'm remembering rightly. That here, this is Evelyn, and this is George. He's a bit grumpy. Actually make that very grumpy. If you want to find more people, then this is the place to go in the evening. That's Mayor Lewis's house. Pick up that daffodil, that's another sellable item. And down here you will actually find the beach. If we have a look on the beach, I'm wondering if there's anything that's been washed up, because you quite often will find different shells. Here we go, there's one here. Those are for selling. Now at some point you're going to want 300 wood. That's to fix this. Yeah, 300 wood. And when you go across there you can find washed up coral and urchins and that kind of thing. Now let's go down here for a minute. I think it might be too late, he's not in. I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, because you get given a fishing rod. The guy who owns that, Willie, he gives you the fishing rod, and that means you can actually do a bit of fishing as well. It's quite useful, you can sell the fish. I'll show you a little bit more of this now. Can't remember who lives there. One thing I should tell you about is about this place here. Now this is where Marnie lives, and she sells anything to do with animals or animal supplies. So once you build like a chicken coop and things like that, you would come here, you would buy the animals, but you can also buy the hay for feeding them as well. So you will need that every now and again. I'm just showing you a bit about what's round here. Don't worry, I will be back before the deadline. The wizard lives there. At one point he'll ask you for an iridium bar, and at another point I believe he asks for some void essence. And to get some ink back from his ex-wife. But no, that'll do for the moment. It's getting late, so we should probably get back to bed. Right, oh dear. Forgot about this. It's like trying to get your way through a maze to get back home. Because this is the part of your farm as well. It's actually quite large. Got a decent amount of land, that's for sure. Although mileage may vary from other farms. It just depends what farm you've actually picked. There we go, back home. So, those 3 will go in the box. These 3 will go in the chest. And then you sleep. And it'll always give you the grand total there. So if you want to see how much each thing is worth, you click on there and it'll show you. So that's quite good. So now we're on day 2 of spring. You get 28 days per season, by the way. See, that money there has been added to my total. You get a letter. Ah, yes, that's from Willie. So we'll go and do that little side quest after we've watered the crops. It's important to water them every day, otherwise they won't grow. So let's just get this done first. Again, we don't go before 9 o'clock because if we do, he shan't be in. Which would make it a bit kind of useless. Just clear a bit more of this crap. That's right. The stones we will need for various buildings and stuff like that. So you never sell stone, you don't sell wood. A bit of coal there. You can get coal from breaking rocks. Occasionally you may get a geode as well. You would have to take that to be opened. Right. This little cave here is not in use yet. But I will show you inside. Eventually Demetrius will come and he'll offer to set it up for either mushrooms or for bats. Now I usually pick bats because that way, like, it's fruit bats and you get pieces of fruit here. That gives you an extra energy and stuff, or you can sell them if you don't need their extra energy. So it all depends what you want to do. So it's heading up towards 9 o'clock now, so I'm going to head over to Willie's and we'll see about getting a fishing rod. Then I can show you the actual fishing system, which is important to do. As always, check here. You'll always get stuff that's worth selling, see. Oh, before I do, it might be worth me just emptying me inventory. So, just pop them in there. And for now, just put everything in the same chest, but later on you're going to really want different chests for different categories of things. Otherwise you'll end up running out of space and forgetting where everything is, and that's never a good place to be. When that does this animation, it means to check. So that's telling you to visit before 5 PM. It's 5 o'clock's actually when that little hut actually closes. That's a graveyard there, in case you were curious. Yeah, down here. I'll show you up there in a bit. There we go, there's the fisherman. Ahoy there, miss. I don't quite know why it does have a mini panorama of the sea, but anyway, I'll show you the fishing. I'm not really much good at this to go from the get-go, but that means we've got a fish. So now we just have to keep this green bar actually on the fish. If the green bar goes off the fish, then you don't catch it. You don't always get the fish instantly, by the way, that was just good fortune. You never kept waiting like way too long, but yeah. So I'll catch one more and then I'll head back. If it's a silver star, that means it's got a little bit more energy if you were to eat it. It's also worth a bit more. Seaweed will be saving that. Again, it's important to keep an eye on your energy because fishing does consume a bit of energy. That means I've got that little chest as well, whatever's inside there. Oh dear, it went higher than I thought it would. Nearly lost it. Geode. That's actually good timing because now I can show you where to process them. If we go across here, that building there is the museum, but this is what we want at the moment. So you press that one, you grab your geode and put it there. Almanite, okay. So now we go back down and we go into the museum. So now we'll donate this to the museum. Journal updated. And you actually get a bit of gold for that, which is always welcome. There is one more thing up here that I'd like to show you. Oh, that's the trailer there. That wasn't what I wanted to show you, but Pam lives there. She becomes the bus driver later on. This is the Jojo Mart. There is a Jojo side quest which we're not doing just yet, but please check back soon. So they're not quite ready yet. But when they are, you will need the Jojo Mart for some things. They do sell exactly the same as Pierre's does in terms of the seeds, but to be honest with you, the Jojo Mart does do some other things as well. They decide to do a community upgrade program, and there's different things that you would have to pay for to unlock them. One is like mending the buzzies and the minecarts and things like that, which makes it easier to get around. So now we've done that, we just sell everything except for the seaweed. Put my seaweed and my fishing rod in there. I don't need the... Let's press the wrong button. Don't need the seaweed for the moment. But what we do need to do is clear some stuff. What I've got the energy to do. We always have to be mindful of that bar there. If you see that, that's a tree seed in the ground. Sometimes it gives it that, on that occasion it didn't. I don't know why. But yeah, just clearing space out on the farm. Eventually you will get it all cleared, but it can take quite a while, as you can imagine. It's as low as I want to take it at the moment. No, I don't have the scarecrow recipe yet. Hopefully those crops will be safe until I do. So then you just go to sleep for the night. Right, okay. Let's give you a little bit of extra gold. Oh, and just to let you know, your game is automatically saved at that point. If ever you want to exit, you just have to hit that tab and it takes you back to your desktop. Now today, as you can hear, it's actually raining. That means we don't have to expend any energy doing this. It means I can get a little bit more clearing done, thankfully. Always take advantage of the rainy days. Like this is a tree seed here. Once all the stuff's cleared, you've actually got loads of space on this farm. You can get quite a lot done on a rainy day. Surprising how much. This is easily the most boring part, cutting down the trees. But it has to be done. And you do need the wood. You will definitely need the wood. I'm halfway down the energy supply already. Which is about average for the very start of the game. Save the tree seeds as well. You can use them to make field snacks. So just a couple more. Do this one. This one. Now one thing you can't break yet is these. You'll actually need to upgrade the axe before it'll be able to break those, and for that you need to go mining. So all of this here we shall save. I know it's still morning, but you have to go to bed when it's like that and skip to the following day, unless of course you've got some fruit. There we go. So I'll leave it there for now, and we'll tune in again tomorrow and you'll be able to see the continuation. So just exit to my desktop now, because that automatically saves. And of course I'll do some videos on other games as well. That one, Necess, that's one that I quite like, that I've only just gotten. There's Terraria, that's very good. And actually Mine Test as well. I mean, for anybody who's ever played Minecraft, this one is actually well worth looking into. It's got the same kind of graphics, but the actual game itself is different. So that's all the up and coming things on that front. I'll also be doing other videos as well. It won't all be video game playthroughs. I will of course do some stuff about pixel art and voxel art. I use Sprite for pixel art. And for voxel art, I've actually got a couple of programs. There's the Vox Edit, Magica Voxel. I wouldn't recommend Goxel too much because you can't even change the palette in that one. And I like to make my own palettes. So that one is a bit of a no. You might also notice there's a couple of game engines on here as well. There's RPG in a Box, which is pretty good. I couldn't quite figure out the programming side of it, but I can definitely show you what it does. RPG Architect. Now, the reason I had this one is because I was very frustrated with RPG Maker. I mean, I'm not saying RPG Maker's bad, it really isn't, but if you want a different sort of battle system than the inbuilt one, it's a complete and utter pain. And I wasn't going to have plug-in after plug-in after plug-in. I'd already gotten like MV3D, which that was alright to be fair, but RPG Architect can do either 3D or that type of 3D anyway, straight off the bat. So for anyone who's familiar with RPG Maker, that would be an extremely good choice. I'm still learning the engine. It is different from RPG Maker clearly, but some aspects of it you will find familiar if you are familiar with that program. And Godot, I couldn't work that out. I really couldn't. I'm trying to learn Blender, but I am a beginner on that one, so I won't be doing any on that for quite a while. I shouldn't have thought. But yeah, there's a lot of content that I want to upload in the future, so yeah, obviously keep an eye out and hope you enjoy, and bye for now.